Hi guys, welcome to today's webinar for DJI Matrice 400. I'm Luca from the Solutions Engineer team, and we're going to talk about this exciting product M400 today. So feel free to ask through the question box. I will broadcast relevant ones and answer them for everyone if they seem broadly useful. We have about 1 hour booked for this webinar, so let's go ahead and get started. So there is the DJI Matrice 400, engineered for excellence and designed for versatility. See a nice graphic here showing some of the payload mounting capabilities that we'll go ahead and cover today. And for the overview, we will run through the features, some intelligent functions, talk about the hardware in depth, some of the ecosystem options available, and some of the other questions and items that do come up. And we will also show a comparison and cover some use cases. So at DJI, we are constantly pushing out new products, but it's worth remember was in the journey begins. And back in 2020, we launched the Matrice 300, and in 2023, the M350 brought a solid refresh to the platform. So here are some key milestones for those models. The 55 minutes max flight time with no payload, the video transmission range of up to 20 kilometers, the fisheye sensing cover all the 6 directions, the support for multiple payloads and gimbal configurations, and of course IP55 weather rating, and the 400 battery cycles with the TB65, also the precise power line following with the Demus L2. So over the past 4 to 5 years, DJI has been stacking these innovations. The M350 became a rock-solid platform that delivers real value to end users. And now we are ready to take that foundation even further. Alright, we are proud to introduce our DJI's new enterprise flagship. So the DJI Matrice 400 is our latest long-endurance drone platform, now equipped with power line level obstacle sensing. It's designed to perform across demanding verticals like emergency response, inspections, and AEC. And it supports a wide range of payloads, giving you flexibility across missions. We'll be talking today about payloads like H30 series, P1L2, and other newer accessories like the S1 Spotlight and V1 loudspeaker, which many of you saw during our last training. So we'll also introduce the Manifold 3, our onboard computer platform with high-performance edge processing. So this sets the stage for today's session. We will go into each component in more detail shortly. So to summarize what we've seen so far, we are looking at 59 minutes of flight time with payload. We are looking for faster cruiser speed and flexible payload options. That alone already brings a major performance boost. But what really sets the M400 apart is how it builds on DJI's legacy of reliability and safety. With horizontal rotating lidar, millimeter wave radar, and full color fisheye system. We're also expanding the software capabilities to match this flagship platform. So that includes better intelligent features, easier mission planning, and accessory support that fits real-world workflows. So next, we'll break this down category by category as we move through the rest of the presentation. Now let's talk about the performance. The Matrice 400 offers a major boost in endurance. With a standard payload, it can fly up to 59 minutes and hover for around 53 minutes. That's about 50% longer than the M350. And for comparison, the M350 averaged 42 to 53 minutes with similar payloads like P1, L2, or H30D. Now with the M400, you are getting significantly more time in the air. And of course, payload weight impacts flight time with a 3 kilograms payload like the S1 V1 you can expect around 44 minutes of flight time. And at 6 kilograms, flight time drops to 31 minutes. but which is still strong for heavy-duty missions. Also, the flight speed is also improved. The top speed is now 25 meters per sec, 60 increase over the M350, and the ascent speed is 10 meters per sec, and the descent is 8 meters per sec, helping you save time during takeoffs and landings. And now let's talk about our payload capacity. Like the Matrice 350, the M400 supports both single and dual downward gimbal connectors, and it also allows an additional gimbal connector underneath for more flexibility. So this drone includes 4 e-ports, and one of them supports expansion to 4 additional e-ports, so it allows 7 payloads to be mounted at the same time. And with standard DJI Skyport connectors, you can mount up to 3 payloads, such as a speaker, a spotlight, and HDR. The extra ePort supports custom integrations like lights or third-party payloads. And the maximum payload capacity is 6 kilograms, so it's more than double that of the M350. And this full load can be mounted directly on the bottom gimbal connector and have been verified through our flight tests. And here is a diagram showing the 6 kilograms payload capacity. Also, the next robust performance, one thing our customers expect from DJI Express drones is reliability. And the M400 continues to deliver this feature. It comes with an IP55 protection rating, providing solid resistance against wind, rain, and dust, so making it well suited for harsh outdoor environments. It also features an impressive operating temperature range from -20 to 50. So whether you are flying in freezing cold or intense heat, this aircraft is built to perform. And then let's take a closer look at the safety and reliability. This M400 is built with a comprehensive sensing system made up of 5 key components. So the first and the most important one is that a horizontal rotating lidar is mounted on the top, and it also has 6 direction millimeter wave radars for all around detections. Also, the full color fisheye vision system for visual coverage, the upper lidar sensor positioned behind the top unit, and the downward facing 3D framed sensor for like low altitude awareness. So we'll go into the details of each component shortly, but the overall goal is simple: to ensure the drone stays aware of its environments, and it helps you to fly safely under any condition. So this horizontal rotating lidar on the M400 is engineered to detect small, hard-to-see obstacles, especially for power lines, and it enables the drone to brake or automatically bypass in real time for safe flight. And this sensor is calibrated for high accuracy, like it can reliably identify a 21.6 millimeter cable wear, and even when angled 30 degrees of the drone's heading. So this like this level of precision makes this system so ideally for power line inspections, for urban environments and animation where thin, narrow obstacles pose a critical risk to our obstacle sensing. And I think this next graphic here will show you kind of a better picture of this field of view of the ladder itself. So looking at 58 degrees vertically and 360 degrees horizontally around this aircraft. So good things to know is that here you have full 360 coverage around the drone, but your vertical coverage of the field of view of that ladder does have some limitations. But we do have the millimeter wave radar embedded in all 6 directions, so no worries. And here, let's talk about the millimeter wave radar system. You might have noticed on some of the clearer photos that there are some 2 visible radars models on the arms of the drone. For example, on the front left arm, there's one that points upward. But what's more important is that in this drone, it also has like millimeter wave radars built in all 6 directions, so it gives the full directional awareness. Also, it can detect the 12.5 millimeter wire from like 36 meters away, and even spot a 21.6 millimeter cable wire at 50 meters. So that's impressive and very helpful in environments like power line inspections or tight urban space. So even in fog, lightning, or dim lighting, this radar gives the drone an extra layer of safety. And at last, let's talk about the drone's vision system. With the M400, we're taking this experience a step further than the M350. So this time, the video stream are full color in all 4 horizontal directions, like in the front, in the back, the left, and right, which really helps with situational awareness, especially in complex environments. So one thing the testers have told us is that during dual operator missions, this feature is super helpful. Like the pilot can simply tap on the screen to view different directions without needing the payload operator to move the gimbal. That means each person can stay focused on their task. So just a heads up, the downward vision system is black and white, but everything else is in full color. So this system helps the pilot to fly safer and smarter, especially when navigating in risky areas. So next, let's look at the big diagram of the M400 obstacle sensing system. And this diagrams, I think it really sums it up very well. Like the millimeter wave radar, it offers long detection range and works reliably even in fog, rain, snow, or smoke. It's great when you are flying in low visibility environments. And the LiDAR provides high resolution detection of smaller obstacles like power lines and helps with positioning when GNSS is weak or just unavailable. And the full color fisheye vision system, it covers all 4 sides of the drone. It delivers long range detection and performance well in daylight. And of course, like other DJI drones, visual positioning sensor at the bottom supports safe and accurate hovering when GNSS is denied. So each of these sensors plays a different role, but together they offer comprehensive situational awareness for safer, much confident flights. And here are some test videos or some test results for the obstacle sensing. We can take a look at how obstacle avoidance works in real flight conditions. Like in this clip, the drone flies directly towards a power line at full speed, like 25 meters per second. As it approaches, the system detects the obstacle to stop. You can clearly see how responsive this system is. And the same scenario is tested at night. Despite the low light environment, like this drone still manages to detect wide power lines. So just to put it simply, at 25 meters per sec, the M400 can detect a wide primary power lines. And at 17 meters per sec, it can handle both primary and secondary lines. And this works whether you are flying in daylight, backlight scenes, or just in low visibility weathers like fog, rain, or dusk. Whether traditional vision, I don't think traditional vision systems would struggle in these scenarios. And the next part, some multiple built-in safety mechanism to ensure your flight reliability. So first, if any of the arms are not fully locked in place, this aircraft will notify you in the DJI Pilot 2 app and prevent takeoff. So the same goes with the battery installations, and you won't be able to fly unless the battery is properly secured. And it also comes with anti-collision beacons mounted on both sides of the drone, helping improving the visibility in low light or complex environments. And in emergencies, the M400 supports a 3-propeller landing mode as long as the takeoff weight is no more than 10.8 kilograms and flight altitude is above 80 meters. In this mode, the drone can spin in the air and still be guided toward a safe landing point. So finally, the drone includes AirSense, ADS Gambi, and which detects nearby manned aircraft and displays alert in the Pilot 2 app, helping operators to make a better informed decision and stay out of danger. And now let's talk about the transmission system on the M400. So in this generation, it supports the new O4 Enterprise Enhanced Transmission System. So under ideal FCC conditions, this drone can transmit video up to 40 kilometers and up to 20 kilometers under CE, SRC, and MSA regulations. So this is a big step in range. So we've also added some support for a new sub-2 GHz frequency bandwidth, and this exact frequency depends on your region. For example, it's 1.4 GHz in China, but for reasons that supports serial connections, the M400 can use up to 2 DJI 4G dongles at once. The system will automatically switch between the networks to maintain the most stable signal, which is especially helpful in cities with interferences. So here, quick video here from the testing team. You can also see the distance from the home point. We are going to south all the way out that 40 kilometers range. By the way, the 40 kilometer range does not require the sub-2G antenna. Now you can use one M400 to relay the signal for another drone. So it means the first operator flying their M400 and the second operator using another M400 as a relay. You just set this up before takeoff. I'll share a quick video in the next slide. And this one is perfect for long range mission or tough terrain. The signal hops from one drone to one drone, keeping you connected all the way. So on the right there is a compatibility chart. Right now, an M400 can relate to either another M400 or an M4. The Matrice 4 dock version can relate to a Matrice 4 or another dock unit. And here is how it works on the controllers. So you just tap on the relay button on the screen and pick which drone is the relay and which is the main aircraft. The relay drone is clamps higher to relay the signal, and on your controller you'll see all the key data: the relay's battery level, the countdown to return home, the signal strength, and the two drones' relative positions. Meanwhile, the relay drone's feed shows its real-time distance and direction to the worker drone. And here, let's move into some of the intelligent features here. The AR projection is definitely one of the areas I'm most excited about. You can see we are approaching the line. It will show an AR projection of them on the operator's screen. And next, the AR map wheel. Like folks may need to quickly communicate specific location data such as an address. So you can see the map data from the map is going to be displayed in AR. So you can more easily communicate location information with the pilot's point of view. And also the flight route displayed in AR, whether that is return to home, obstacle sensing, or the flight to operation, and then the AR landing shadow as well. And we can show a full video here. You have that green line shown on the map view, and you also have a nice runway shown in the camera field of view. And then as the drone comes down to land, it actually landing location is going to be displayed in AR for the drone. And also here are some live annotation capabilities. So be able to draw out lines and polygons directly on the remote controller. Displayed on a map as well, and the camera field is of view to say distance and area locations. And also the RC signal direction prompt. If the connection between the aircraft and the remote controller is weak, you are going to have a direction indicator pop up on the compass at the bottom of the screen, showing the relative position of the aircraft and the remote controller. And here are some other intelligent features. The cruise control feature have been added to M400, so it allows you to drive similar to drive your car. So just push the drone in a specific direction at a specific speed and lock that in to cruise. And also, so if you have a last known location on the search and rescue side, or you just have a specific location on the map you want the drone to automatically fly in, you can simply select this pin and automatically fly to that location. And the POI bring the orbit feature here to the M400, so you can see that with the H30 here. So increasing the efficiency of trying to orbit a specific point of observation. And here is an important feature. Now the M400 can follow terrain in real time, whether you are on a flight mission or flying manually. So in this clip, you'll see it mapping in hillside, using its onboard visual sensors to hack every counter automatically. And in search and rescue scenarios, you can hand fly it or just you can automatically fly it forward on engage cruise control, and it will trace the ground profile for you. And the real-time terrain follow makes every flight smoother and safer. Then the observe wheel, as you can see, essentially it essentially paints all yellow on the map and in regards to where the camera field of view has locked, and as well as dropping these triangles of source of map as well as the center of the camera's field of view. This function is very useful in search and rescue. And the smart track, one of the common features used on public safety side, and even some folks on inspection side like to select components by manually drawing on the screen that can automatically track people, car, boat, or on your own custom drawing detection there. Okay, let's dive into automated flights. Like for the auto missions, you can go as fast as 25 meters per sec, but your real speed depends on the altitude and shutter speed. The best part here is that Pilot 2 handles all the calculations for you. The altitude, the overlap, the shutter speed, so you just plan your mission and you fly. And here is a slope and geometric route are not supported within the flight mission library. So whether you are looking at the surveying, facades, slopes, or other inclined surface, its nice benefits here. And next up is the Smart 3D capture on the M400 with P1, and here's how it works. So you start the quick flyover to grab a rough scan on the scene, and the Pilot 2 then returns into a basic point cloud right on your controller. So you just draw the footprint of the areas of your object and you want to model and hit go, and then the system just automatically lays out the flight path based on your desired ground sampling distance. So the Matrice 400 flies that route, snapping all photos from every angle to build a high-resolution 3D model of your target. So with the P1's full-frame sensor, you get even finer details And the drone's obstacle sensing keeps you at that right distance throughout all the capture. Now with the H30 series, you get a brand new AI detection in both your standard and thermal camera phase. So in the visible view, it automatically spots people, vehicles, and boats, and triggering alarms and keeping an account. So you can tune the confidential level. You can lower means more detections. You can make it higher means fewer but more accurate hits. And here in the thermal model, just to be clear, it's using the thermal video feed for detection, not only the temperature sensing data. And the power line follow with the L2 is also available on the Matrice 4 series as well. You still have all those great features you may have seen with the 350 and the L2. The ability to follow the lines with a distribution or transmission. This is a common scenario with some operators as they cover long distance with the power line following, and certainly a benefit with the obstacle sensing of the 400 in those tight corridors. And next up, we have the capability to take off and land on both. And those who may have operated from a boat before have certainly understand the challenges with doing so. So we are thinking about things like maritime patrol, like some offshore wind turbine inspections, where the constant vessel motion is providing significantly challenges for your drone operations. So not only the drone hovering itself, but the taking off and landing of the drone, the way the team have solved is actually the recognition of the custom landing marker on the deck of boat itself, allowing for takeoff with the boat being stationary and then dynamic landing even on a moving ship. And here we are going to see how we do this one. So let's check on boat mode. In Pilot 2, just enable boat mode and landing recognition. Then press C1 to land, and the M400 will automatically touch down on any 3 times 3 meters stack. So if it kicks into return to home, just cancel the RTH. Just manually hover over the marker and hit C1 again. You can even have your home point follow your controller's GPS. With improved transmission and longer flight time, maritime missions are now smoother and safer. Here's also a good video showing how you auto landing on the ship. And then FlightHub 2 lets your stream even better, sharing your views of annotations and even flying remotely in a virtual cockpit and control your H30 series payload. You can draw a 3D or reproduce, pick your payload, and push the mission straight to your pilot. Then the controllers on. If the controllers are online, it downloads automatically. If it's not, you just export the file from the FlightHub 2 and import it locally. Plus, you can send new flight plans, main mission. In short, FlightHub 2 gives you the full end-to-end control of your M400 operations. And now with the M400, you can mount the S1 spotlight and loudspeaker, and it just works. The beam auto aligns to your camera's view, and the zoom follows the beam, so you are always pointing light where you are looking. So each skyport delivers 120 watts, giving you higher brightness and longer reach. You've got multiple lighting modes to like low beam, high beam, both beam, or storm whenever the mission demands. And so we can see some of the improvements in the brightness here of the M400 as well as the functions, and they are improved for operators. And also now with the V1 speaker, you can broadcast pre-recorded audio use the text-to-speech in multiple languages, or just play audio files directly. This on-screen UI even shows you the speaker's loudest direction, so you know exactly where the sound will go. And now let's go to the hardware side. We are upgrading to the DJI RC+2 Enterprise Enhanced. So it's complete with the clip-on SAP2G antenna on the back. So we can take a look here. Here is our DJI RC+2 enhanced version, and you can see the SAP2G antenna here. You just plug it in on the back of the remote controller, so you can use the SAP2G bandwidth, but you still to meet your local requirements on how to use this band. So compared to the old RC on the M350, you get a brighter display, you get more processing power, and backlit LR buttons. And here, this is the TB100 high capacity battery. It quick inserts and removes into the top of the M400 for a super fast swap. So it's like 20K mAh, and it's good for roughly 400 change cycles. Plus, built-in capacitors keep the drawn power for 45 seconds during the hotspot, and you don't have to reacquire the GPS. You can just swap and you are back in the air. Also, we provide a TB100C version with a tester interface, allowing our third-party partners, developers to create a tester battery, and here is a demo video shows how it works. You can see here is a demo video for our tester battery and how you work with the tester mode. It gives you a long duration hovering time for your drone for emergency scenarios. And here is the BS100 battery station. In nutshell, it holds 3 TB100 and 2 W37s, and but you can only charge 1 TB100 at a time. So you can choose 90% or 100% charger mode. And for the rapid mode, it gives you from 0 to 100% in 45 minutes at 220 volts and 7 minutes and 110 volts. And here is also a quiet mode. You can charge it from 0% to 100% in about 110 minutes with less noise. So, and also you can just plug in your RC to monitor battery health and check the status and use one-tap auto discharge or firmware updates. So it's very convenient and it's very intelligent. Now let's talk about the transport case. It provides smooth mobility with 4 omnidirectional wheels, with secure propellers, with foam holders, so it clips right onto the motors, and built-in information packing and quick load functions. Also, the storage capacity here shows you a large room for all your devices for you to work. And for the onboard computing additions to the M400, here we have the Manifold 3. Delivers up to 100 TOPS of computing power. So it also supports parallel accelerations via GPUs and DLE cores for model inference and edge AI tasks. It is only 120 grams, so really minimize the impact on the drone's flight endurance as well. And you can see that mounted here on the bottom of the drone and connected it into one of the ePorts here. And it is compatible with PSDK version 3 to enable integration with the downward ePort interface. And also we got some SDK updates to be compatible with our latest M400. PSDK, MSDK, Cloud API are all updated to a new version. And also with some updates with the SDK, we also got some third-party solutions like the Tether battery system, like the uplink photography camera, like the gas monitoring and water sampling, and like the cleaning and spraying system. We can, let's say we got how many third-party solutions after 1 year. It's gonna be a lot. And also, as a developer, you have two paths to develop your own AI algorithms. You can build your own app from the ground up or integrate directly with DJI's Payload 2. So simply visit our developer port to grab the AI model source code, and you can train and validate it on your data. Then you can just upload your custom algorithm. So from there, you can push your validated model to specific drone serial numbers, whether you are connected online in the field, or you can just export it to an SD card and you can deploy it offline. And here are some in-the-box informations. Let's run through the rest of the gear you will need for the M400 setup. You've got the Matrice 400 itself, the DJI RC Plus 2 enhanced controller, the TB100 flat battery, and the BS100 charging station. For extended range, just screw the sub 2 GB model onto the back of the controller. And if you need continuous power, you can plug in via the Tether port. And on the payload side, you've got three mounting options. Single downward, dual downward, or the belly mount when you want to use full payload capacity. And speaking of payloads, the M400 supports the H30 camera series, the S1 spotlight, the V1 speaker, the L2 LiDAR, the P1 mapping camera, the Manifold 3, and the RTK3 unit. Just to know that the old H20 or L1 models will not work with this platform. And compatible across Pilot 2 on your remote controller, the Flat Hub 2 on your computer, tablet or phone if you are streaming, and DJI Terra for 2D mappings, 3D modelings, and point cloud modelings, and DJI Modify for 3D model editing, point cloud editing, and also some 3D model sharing. And data security is built right into the M400. You can encrypt your SD card with a password. So every time the drone powers up, you'll be prompted to enter it before you can access any file. If you need to stay completely offline, just flip on local data mode, basically. And it's an airplane mode for your drone. And when it's time to net up, you can clear logs from the gimbal, aircraft, and controllers straight from the app. It's perfect with like wiping sensitive data after a mission or just before sending gear for service. Please just remember to save any logs if you might need for warranty claims first. And finally, let's talk about some offline capabilities and data security. You can install firmware anytime without internet. Just download the update, copy it onto an SD card, pop that into your controller, and run the update right there in the field. So the Pilot 2 also lets you load custom map layers by converting almost any formats into MBTLs. It's perfect if you want to bring in your own topographic data or specialized overlays. And because everything can run completely offline, including an on-premise Flight Hub 2 version, you maintain full control over your data and meet the strictest security requirements. It's a seamless, air-gapped workflow that keeps your operations both flexible and secure. For this part, now let's compare the M400 to M350. The M400 delivers 220% more payload capacity, and it supports up to 7 different payloads, so you can carry more gears and swap it on the fly. And its triple sensing system, the vision, the lidar, and the millimeter wave radar give the rock-solid obstacle detections, even around power lines and in challenging conditions. And on the transmission side, the new 04 Enterprise Enhanced Transmission supports for up to 40 kilograms of range under FCC rules. And don't forget, you can relay one M400 signal through another drone. In every category, payload, sensing, and connectivity, the M400 outpaces the M350. And no worries, we'll have all these specs ready for you on our Google Drive. And at last, let's talk about the M400 smartest upgrades. First of all, AI detection and AR projection brings power lines, roads, and even house numbers right into your wheels, so you know exactly what's around you. The drone also follows terrain in real time, whether you are on autopilot or you are hand flying in cruise control. So you allow the power line follow and advance the like flat routes like the smart 3D capture or the slope and geometric paths. And on the power side, our TB100 batteries delivers long flight times without pairing hassles, swaps in seconds, and charge up to 25% faster on 220 volts. These intelligent features makes every flight easier, safer, and more efficient, and we can't wait to see what you'll do with them. And we also get some recommended solutions for you guys. Like if you are looking for public safety solutions, you can use our DJI Matrice 400 with the DJI Pilot 2 apps on the controller. And you can also communicate with your cloud by the Flight Hub 2 with the capabilities with H30T, Zemius S1, and Zemius V1. It allows you to get precise and high resolution videos, and you can use the loudspeaker and spotlight to make utilize for your scenarios. And also some emergency response solutions here. We got the DJI Matrice 400 with the Flight Hub 2, so that you can communicate with the headquarters of the emergency response center. So with the Tesla battery, it allows you to hover a lot of time on the emergency spot. So like for you can hover like in 10 hours for the whole night. With the relay function, you can use the DJI Matrice 4 Matrice 400 as a relay. So you can get your M400 or M40 as a worker drone. So it just extends your working like distance. And here are some power line inspection solutions. Of course, we have our DJI Matrice 400 with our A30 or L2 with the thermal analysis tool and the DJI Terra. It allows you to get a very precise and high resolution power lines with these payloads capabilities. And also these mapping solutions with the functions of DRTK3 with the L2 and P1, you can get both high-resolution 2D or 3D models or point cloud data. And with the DJI Terra and DJI Modify, you can process your data and you can even edit your models. So in the end, let's talk about some use cases for real world. Let's look at a few scenarios. Like for in public safety, maritime patrol team use dynamic boat landing to speed up the operations and keep pilots safe. And here's a video shows how it landed to a boat. And then let's take a look at the topographic surveys. For mappings or any geo-related works, it often runs into two headaches. One is that old elevation maps are completely, and this, it's just outdated, and also a complicated flight plans. So the M400 addresses both. So its real-time terrain follows, uses onboard visual sensors to hack every counter. Whether you are flying an automated grid or hand piloting across uneven ground, just dial in your target surface elevation, press go, and then the drone maintains a constant height for a smooth, efficient mission. That consistency guarantees uniform ground sampling like LiDAR points decently and across the entire site. Plus, with the longer last batteries, what used to be like 20 minutes flights can be now 140 minutes sorting. So no mid-mission landing requires, and on the right you'll see our test outputs alongside footage of terrain follow in action. And here's another good example. It's a cool work. Our team mapped the Great Wall on a tight schedule and through typhoon level winds. So thanks to M400's 25 meters per sec top speed and rock solid stability, they flew both smart oblique and geometric capture missions and wrapped it all up in just 3 hours. So it's much faster than before, and the result is a stunning high-resolution 3D model that holds up even under harsh conditions. And we can take a look at the model here. It's absolutely amazing, and we can see how precise the data the model our M400 can provide us. And I think this is pretty much for today's webinar. You are free to ask any questions through the question box, and you are always free to like communicate any technical details with our solutions engineer. So let's go to the question part.